With the new Halo roadmap coming out today, I'm left with one question. Why do we keep falling for this? Why, as a Halo community, are we falling and hyping ourselves up for 343 when time and time again they have proven they cannot manage this game, they cannot satisfy us, and they cannot deliver? So you're gonna want to grab some popcorn for this one. This is just gonna be like a 30-minute rant of a guy you've never heard of before, ranting about Halo. Maybe turn it on in the background while you're working on some stuff. I don't know. Um, so yeah, grab some popcorn, grab some treats, and buckle up. 343 is a company that took over with Halo 4, and why that game was a success commercially, it was proven to us that it was really just a COD clone. And people look back on Halo 4 favorably now, saying, oh, it wasn't that bad. And, looking at the past releases of Halo, at least in the 343 library, yeah, it wasn't that bad in hindsight. I still personally don't like it, but it is far from the worst thing 343 has put out. Um, Now, at Halo Infinite, back to today's release, I'm left wondering why we have big YouTubers coming out hyping up Forge, hyping up releases. A dev goes on and tweets, "Oh, we got big stuff coming." Of course, he's gonna say they got big stuff coming. He's hyping up his own studio, and here we are. Anyone who isn't hyping up this game, their suspicions were proven correct today. This roadmap was a complete disappointment, an utter joke, and slap in the face to the Halo community. And I think it's time to come together as a community, as a fans of Halo, people who love Halo, and say enough is enough. We need to do one of two things. We need to protest 343, or we need to let the game die. That's it. Because if we let the game die, you know, Microsoft will see no one's buying microtransactions, no one is supporting the game, no one is playing it. They'll put it on ice. And I'd rather see the Halo franchise put on ice than have its legacy degraded. I was talking to friends the other day, and I mentioned Halo in the good old days of Halo, Halo Reach, Halo 3, and they just laughed. Oh, that's that game that sucks now. That is the legacy of Halo. The good days, Halo 2, Halo 3, ODST, Reach. Its legacy, that legacy is being degraded by 343, and that's worse than just putting out bad games. Now you're tarnishing the legacy of a great franchise. So again, the only way we're going to change this is if we just stop playing the game. Hey, big YouTubers play a big role in this. Big YouTubers need to say, all right, I'm going to stop releasing 3-minute bites of Forge hype, saying, oh, this is going to save the game. It's going to save the game. Listen, I want Halo to succeed as much as the next guy. I've been playing Halo since I was freaking alive, right? I remember I was like 4 and going into my friend's house and seeing him play Halo CE. Ever since then I was hooked. Uh, this is disappointing. This is insulting. Uh, we need to let this game die, or we need to protest. All right. And as I was saying before, big YouTubers play a big role in this, because if big YouTubers and Halo YouTubers in particular just keep coming out and hyping 343, it's obvious we're not going to get anywhere with that. So they need to come out. They need to protest 343 like the Act Man is doing, and we all together need to put our foot down and say enough is enough. 343 needs a shakeup. They need management changes. They need to do something other than what they're doing right now. If 343 came out tomorrow, like hypothetically, and said, all right, we're dropping Halo Infinite, we're starting fresh, new engine, it's clear this engine is completely unworkable. I would be happy. I'd be happy. I'd rather see them work on a whole new game, or at least just stop updating Infinite and like make a game with a working engine. They can't add basic game modes. There is no infection. There's no VIP, which is on the roadmap now in March. It's going to take you till March to put out VIP. Really? These are game modes that can be made in 3 seconds in like Halo 3's custom settings, and you can't make VIP until March in Infinite? Give me a break. So I mean, basically, it makes me a little sick, honestly. I don't mean to call out the big YouTubers, but I sort of am. When you hype up this company, you're not helping the situation. And I hope, and even Halo Follower, for example, he was disappointed when this roadmap came out today. He said, "Oh, I'm disappointed. Its title was 343 confirms our worst nightmares. I'm speechless." And meanwhile, this guy for the past 2 weeks has been putting out Forge videos. Now I get it, right? If Halo's your main, content base, you're gonna want to hype up the game. You're gonna want to make what gets the views. Um, but you know what else gets views other than Forge hype? Uh, Critically looking at 343 in a critical lens and saying, okay, let's make changes. I mean, look no further than the Act Man. The Act Man, he gets hundreds of thousands of views on his Halo videos, and Forge videos are getting what, like maybe 20,000 views? Like, it's just Forge maps of things we've seen in the past. It's just remakes mainly, these videos. And don't get me wrong, they look really darn good. Forge looks really cool. But you're expecting 343 to put out a fully working Forge mode in September. It's not going to happen. Or November now. Sorry, it was September originally. Now it's November. And the beta is going into March. Uh, as a side tangent, why is 343 betaing everything? Everything's a fucking beta with them. Um, they they said in the video today, it's not on the roadmap, that they were going to possibly flight an XP system beta. Why do you need to flight an XP system? It can't be that hard to incorporate basic features like this unless the core of the game, the foundation, the engine is completely ruined. And Halo Follower was on this a little back a few months ago. He was on this thing that the engine was messed up and it's just not good. And I don't know where those criticisms went, but it's true. The engine is just horrible. And I guess he dropped it because he made his point. He kept saying the engine's not good, loud and clear. And 343 is just not transparent about this, right? And I get it. As a game company, you don't want to admit failure, but I think honesty right now is going to go a long way. I don't expect 343 to be honest. I don't expect them to say, "Hey, we messed up." They can never just swallow their pride and say, "Hey, we're gonna genuinely look at this." Which is why, bring me to my final point in this video. Microsoft needs to get in there and change things fast, right? If we're not, as a Halo community, going to protest 343, uh, and they're allowed to keep doing this, allowed to keep putting out these updates, I think Microsoft needs to step in and say, "Hey, you're out, you're out, you're out, you're out." To all these stupid higher ups who keep making these horrible decisions. And I'm gonna be critical at this point. I'm gonna be aggressive because that's the only way you get things done. Uh, you know, when it comes to changing something, you gotta be upfront. You gotta be, you know, aggressive. And right now, I think we're at that point. It's not, Halo 4 anymore with a few bugs, or Halo 5 where we just, it's just a weird game. This is a game that was mega hype. This was supposed to be the return of Halo after Halo 4, after 5, after MCC's horrible launch, after all those just subpar to broken launches. This was supposed to be the return. There was so much hype around this game. I had people who played Halo back in the day who just stopped playing Halo ready to buy a campaign, ready to play this game. And after that, that beta, that quote unquote beta, which wasn't really a beta, it was just an early release, uh, they stopped playing. And it went back to being a joke. Halo went back to being a joke, which is what I said earlier in the video. The legacy of this game is tarnished. It is absolutely tarnished. There's no going back to Halo 2, Halo 3 days. And if people really think a Forge mode is going to, bring back the glory days, you're wrong. It won't bring back the glory days because if Forge doesn't work, if they monetize Forge, if they do anything wrong with Forge, it's over. All right? Right, monetization, I know that was chucked around a little, rumor wise, but I don't think that's the biggest issue. I think it's the fact that is it going to work? And then I hear people saying, "Oh, Halo 5's Forge worked." No, it didn't. On PC, it was a mess. Halo 5 Forge was horrible on PC. On Xbox, I don't know as well. But I do remember, credit to Halo 5, the custom games were fun. I remember playing Halo 5 custom games a little. But this is a new engine. Halo 5 wasn't a new engine. And everything that's come out of this new engine for Infinite has been broken. So why would you expect Forge to work? You're looking at a leaked beta right now. People are playing this leaked beta, and I haven't done too much research in it personally, but like, I'm not holding my breath here. I don't think anyone should be, and I think to look at Forge as the saving grace, isn't going to save it because not everyone forges. You know what people do? They play Infection nonstop. They play SWAT nonstop. They play these game modes that are in multiplayer. Yeah, customs are fun, but I know people who just play the multiplayer. And right now, multiplayer is bare bones. Um, I got on the other day for the first time in a few months on Infinite, and I just had a miserable time. I was just I hate progressing through challenges. I don't like the battle pass, although I guess the battle pass feature is here to stay because that's what every company's doing now. I don't like it, but whatever. Um, and the store's just atrocious, you know. And now they're gonna add a store to MCC. They're gonna take the one good game they have. Now it's good. It's broken for years, but now it's good. And it's not even their game, first of all. 343 couldn't make old games from like '01 work, right? They couldn't make CE work properly. They couldn't make Halo 2 work properly for years. And now they finally got it working, right? They finally got all the good games in 4 in this thing working, and they're going to put monetization in it. They're going to monetize the game. 343 has no vision. They have no idea what's going on. They want to make money, 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 and they want to milk what's left of the fan base. And I don't get how people can defend them at this point. I really don't. They're not putting out good games. They're not putting out good updates for Infinite. Um, the one good game they got right now, they're about to ruin, and people still defend this company, and I don't understand. They're not doing anything right. They just want to milk you for money and put in the bare minimum. And I get it. The devs, everyone's like, oh, it's not the devs' fault, it's the higher ups. Yeah, maybe, but like, why does it take 7 months to get VIP? Is what I say. Why does it take, you know, God knows how long to get Infection? It's not even on the roadmap. Um, this staple game modes that have been in Halo forever. I don't know. I don't know where it's at, and I don't think the higher ups are saying, oh, you know, give us Infection in 10 plus months or whatever, however long it's going to take, or give us VIP in March, for example. Why? If they could put VIP in tomorrow, why wouldn't they? I think the engine is ruined, and that's not the devs' fault, I guess technically speaking, because from my understanding, Halo Infinite was contracted out, multiple times to different people. So people in the studio, actually in 343, don't actually know how to work on the engine. That was Halo followers' theory for a while there. I think that came out to be true. I don't know, but um, yeah, the devs can't even work on this game anymore. And I don't know if that's fully their fault, but like, geez, we got to do something quick to save this franchise. And again, to close out this video, you either let the game die to stop 343 from completely tarnishing the legacy of Halo, or we protest. But the only way protest is going to work is if everyone's on board. Everyone has to be on board. People on Reddit, people on Twitter, on wherever, whatever social media platform, uh, and the big YouTubers have to protest as well. All right, I can't be seeing Halo follower put out a video. This is disappointing roadmap, and then I guarantee you tomorrow he's going to be like, "Oh, this Forge map blew me away. This is so exciting." It needs to stop. You need to pick a side and do what you think is best. Now, I don't think protesting 343 for these bigger channels will be a loss. In fact, I think it might help them because that's what gets the views. Um, but I don't think they will. I don't think Halo Follower will commit to full protest. I don't think these bigger YouTubers will commit to full protest. You know they have a relationship with 343, and when you get flown out to 343's office for tours and stuff, it's not bribing them, but why would you rag on the company that treats you so nicely? So I don't see protests happening, and it wouldn't even just have to be big YouTubers and the common player base. It would have to be like devs as well. If these devs really are disappointed in the with the product they're putting out, they need to stand up from within and say enough is enough to these higher ups. We all need to single Microsoft SOS, save us, save this game. Get these stupid higher ups who just want to monetize this game, put in the bare minimum, and treat their employees like crap out. This was a big controversy too. The whole 343 workplace management. It's recorded online through these workplace websites that 343 is not a great place to work. Um, so I think there needs to be some protesting going on here, folks, to save this franchise. Um, I don't want to see I don't want to see Halo put on ice until a new company comes in 10 years later to make their own spin on it. Now, in an ideal world, if I were Microsoft, I'll tell you what I do. I completely dismantle 343, get their name off it, because 343 made, or Microsoft made 343. That is their company. They can do whatever they want with that. You dismantle 343, get a new name, reform it, whatever, form a new company, keep the devs, right? And put them on Infinite, you know. Maybe say, hey, this new company's going to take a year to figure out this horrible engine, bring back some of those old contractors. And by the way, part of this reform would get new higher ups. What sucks too is I was excited for Joe Staten to come on and hopefully fix this game. Joe from like all the like Halo 2, Halo 3 Reach commentaries. I actually didn't do a 3 commentary, did a CE commentary. All the commentaries I seen, the dev commentaries and everything he's been in, he's very passionate. And this is tarnishing his reputation too. And I don't know if Joe's calling the shots. I don't know who's calling the shots at 343, but it would imagine how powerful it would be if Joe Staten and a bunch of devs came out and said enough is enough. And these big YouTubers like Hidden Experience, Halo Follower came out and said enough is enough. And us as the fan base said enough is enough, 343. Get out of the way, put Halo to rest, and Microsoft do something about 343 because this can go on no longer. You want to save your flagship franchise? You handle 343, and if that means cleaning house of the uppers, do it now. That would be. I'll tell you what. You want to bring attention back to the game. Nothing says attention like full sweep of higher ups at 343. You think VIP in March, a game mode in March is going to turn heads and bring people back to the franchise? No. No. Infection wouldn't even do that at this point. If they had Infection on that roadmap, no one would care. Because if desync's still an issue, if, for a while people said, oh, the core gameplay is um, good. It's just everything else. Well, shit. The core gameplay isn't even good at this point, people. Let's be real. Desync is a huge issue. Again, I got on the other day for the first time in months, and desync was crazy. I shot a guy with a rocket, and he didn't die, and he killed me. I wish I'd clipped it, honestly, but I don't need to clip it. This is a well documented issue, desync. So, and by the way, no mention of that on the roadmap. Desync. No mention of that whatsoever. I think there are like quality of life improvements or something, which probably means desync, but they won't fix it. They don't care. That's a engine issue, and this company has no idea how to work on the engine. Let's get one thing straight. Uh, they do not know how to work on Ascension. Um, Yeah, at this rate, in 10 years, we'll have a product that actually it's what we should have gotten at launch. I think that's the 10-year roadmap. Making a game that's on par with Halo 3 that came out in 2007. Like that's where we're headed right now. So, oh, and co-op's delayed too. So, big fuck you there from 343. They said they had to divert resources from co-op campaign. Divert resources? You're 343 owned by Microsoft. And you have to divert resources? Is that a sign that Microsoft gave up on you guys too? That they're not willing to give you more resources to make this game a success? I don't know. I don't know. But, this video's gone on for about 20 minutes now, so I'm going to wrap up, considering this is like one of my first videos. Hell, this probably won't even get views, but guys, community, Halo community, let's come together here and put our foot down. We need to either protest, and that involves all of us, community, big YouTubers, devs, or we need to stop playing this game, stop hyping it, and just let it die. Let it die, and I don't know, 343 goes out of business or something. Microsoft disbands them, and then 10 years when Microsoft, needs a new game or something, which they don't because they just got Bethesda, so they're gonna have games for days. Uh, you know, Maybe they come back with a new Halo title 10 years from now, saying, "Oh, this is the return to the franchise with a new company, a company that actually wants to make Halo." You think 343 wants to make Halo? No, 343 wants to make money. That is all they care about is money. They do not care about putting out a good Halo game. At least the higher ups don't. Um, so yeah, honestly, at some point, some of the devs uh, baffle me as well. There was that dev that came out the other day. I'll put up the tweet, but he's like, yeah, we're all disappointed too here or we want more for the game at 343 as well, just like you guys, but we got something big on the horizon. And he's referring to this roadmap that came out today. I mean, that's what this guy considers big. VIP in 7 months, 2 game modes in 7 months, 2 maps in three. No new season till March. I mean, what was he being told to say that? That oh, this is the next big thing for Infinite. There is no next big thing for Infinite, right? What Forge? Again, I don't think there's a custom browser coming till March, from what the roadmap said. So it's just going to be Forge, no way of sharing these maps in November, right? And that's that. Forge is it's not looking like like the promised land we were promised, I guess, right? I was in the comments. I rarely comment on videos. I don't like to fight, but I commented on a Halo follower Forge video. I said, "Why is everyone putting faith in 343 all of a sudden? What have they done to make you excited besides this leaked Forge build?" And everyone was like, "Oh, you know, why are you hating? This is like their big return. It's the comeback." There's no comeback here. Let's get real. The the only way you get eyes back on this game is by cleaning house at 343. That is the only way you do it. All right, clean house. Take this beloved title, this beloved franchise away from 343. They do not deserve it. Microsoft, they are about to run the only good Halo game, which is that's not even their Halo games besides 4. It's not their games. And they're about to monetize it and ruin it. You Microsoft, I know you like money, but you need to, any business does, by the way. Any business goal is to make money, obviously. No one's saying that. But no one minds paying 60 for MCC because it's a good game. But if they're about to bog down MCC, you know, with monetization. By the way, I'm not a big fan of the new armors and all that for uh, Halo 3 and Reach. I'm a purist, so I don't like seeing these armors. like knight armor in Halo 3. I'm happy there's a feature where you can turn that off in the game, so I can only see the original armors. But for the people who do like it, hey, it's there. But now they're about to take that one feature, all that new good armor they're putting in, and they're about to monetize it. So, tell yourself this, I mean, the games will still be good, I guess. I mean, monetization is far from the worst thing for MCC. They could update the game and have it completely break and make it unplayable again, I guess. But yeah, I think there needs to be a shakeup at 343. And I think as a community, we need to put our foot down. And big YouTubers need to stop hyping this game like now, like right now. Because if you don't do it now, they're going to keep getting away with this. And we're going to get nowhere with this franchise. 10 years they'll be putting out Infinite 2. And if we're on the same trajectory we are now, it's going to suck. It's just not going to be good. No co-op. No updates to campaign, by the way. No like DLC. None of that in this new roadmap. But I'm done ranting. This was like a 26, 25-minute rant. And who knows? Maybe we'll do well. If it does well, maybe I'll come back. But um, if you sympathize with me, let me just close out this video with this. I guess I'm not a Halo hater. Again, I've been playing Halo for as long as I can remember. I grew up watching Red versus Blue. I I watched the Halo C and Halo 2 developer commentaries like as background noise at this point while I'm like working on assignments or something. Uh, I play the games. I replayed Halo 2 recently. I wanted to get all the part-time achievements on MCC, so I played through 2, and I had a blast. I do not hate Halo. I probably have the most hours on Halo out of any other game ever. So, you know, I it just sucks. It really sucks to see the state of the game. It sucks to see the legacy being tarnished, and I don't want that. I'm not some troll who just wants to see 343 strip into power. I'm a passionate Halo fan who hates where Halo has gone these past shoot. I mean, what are we looking at? Like nearly 10 years now 343's been around running the game. When did 4 come out? I don't know, but it's been a while. And I genuinely haven't liked anything that 343 has done with the franchise. I don't count MCC because MCC wasn't their games besides 4. It was Bungie's games. And again, they couldn't even make that work at launch. So I I think it's time for 343 to go. And I hope we see a shift in the Halo community of everyone behind this message that 343 needs to go, or the game we just need to let it die. Because I can't stand seeing this game's legacy tarnished anymore. I can't stand seeing Halo tarnished. I long for the days of when I would just hop on for hours and play customs with friends or SWAT or clan recruitments for God's sakes. you know, on Reach. Like, bring back those days, and it's they're not coming back, guys. They just won't. With 343 at the helm, they won't. You think Forge isn't going to get pushed back from March? Everything's been getting pushed back. Forge was supposed to come out this September. It's not coming in September. I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, I should say, if Forge got pushed back to 23, the March Season 3 update. I really wouldn't be at this rate. Um, Stop putting faith in 343. Stop sucking up to them. These big YouTubers need to stop sucking up to them, and they need to put their foot down, and we need to rally behind these YouTubers because they have the say here. I mean, we have a say as a fan base if we stop playing the game, but I mean, heck, as long as they get a few thousand players, they're not going to stop. It would need to like fully die, like just completely like 10 players online at a time die before they get the message. Uh, these big YouTubers need to put their foot down uh, and stop defending this awful company. Uh, so yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it through the full 30 minutes, I know, like I've said 5 times now, I'm gonna end the video. This is in one take. There's no script. I literally got out of class today and I saw the update video from Halo Follower on the season roadmap, and I just knew I wanted to get my feelings out because I made that comment a few days ago on a video about, why we trusting 343, why we hyping them up, and I wanted to fully elaborate those feelings here. It helps, um, as a Halo fan, uh, to get my feelings out, and I hope there are more people that sympathize with me. I think there are. I really do. I don't think I'm some crazy. My mic cut out there a little towards the end, so what I was saying is I don't think I'm like some crazy guy for thinking 343 is ruining this franchise. I think that's a held belief for the majority of Halo fans at this rate. Um, and I ultimately the main takeaway from this video is I just want to see the reputation of this franchise, this freaking awesome franchise. I want to see it stop getting dragged through the mud by this horrible company. So here's my message: let the game die or protest. And I'm more for protest because I want to get to good Halo. I want to see it, but it's not happening under 343, guys. We need to, as a community, realize that. I know they're going to be the diehard 343s that are going to defend this game, and whatever, let them. They're the minority. I promise you, they're the minority. All right, we are the majority here that want to see this game succeed. And if you have criticism with the game, do not let these people convince you into saying, "Oh, you're just a hater. You don't like the direction it's going, and you long for the days of Bungie." The reason people long for the days of Bungie is because that's when the games were good, right? They were objectively better in financially and critically and and player the numbers prove that. The player numbers prove it. Um, Again, four was the one exception that it did well because it was riding off three's hype and reach's hype. So uh, yeah, let's put our foot down, people. Let's get real here. Let's stop sucking up and let's fight this company. Let's save Halo.